What is up? Welcome into Driving the Nightline. My name is Alan Bell, and we've got a fantastic show lined up for you today. Big Seth, what's good, brother?
What's going on, guys? I'm glad to be here. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's good to see you, man. It's good to see you indeed. I tell you what, we're not going to waste any time, man. We'll jump right into the picks. Seth, you go first, buddy. What you got?
We'll start in college football today. I've got Jacksonville State money line plus 130. You can play it safe here. You can take the plus 3 at minus 110. But look, Jacksonville State has won 8 straight home games in First Stadium. So I'm going to ride that trend, and we're going to go after the plus money there. Then we're going to go over to the UTEP game, man. First quarter money line here at minus 125. UTEP's not been playing too well, but I'm going to tell you, Sam Houston is a dog. They're terrible. They're not any better. So we're going to take the better of the two worst teams here. Take them on the first quarter money line. Then over at MLB tonight, game 3, Blue Jays, Mariners, no run first inning, minus 135. I like Kirby and Bieber to keep it tight here in the first inning. We're going to take that. And then over in the NHL, man, am I glad it is hockey season, baby. Let's go Florida Panthers, first period money line, minus 130.
Beautiful work, my friend. Beautiful work. Great job right there. All right. I'll let you bounce out because we're going to jump into the NFL, but any final thoughts? It's so good to see you, man. How we doing? Everything good?
Everything's good, man. We're getting close to finishing up our house here that we've been working on for Habitat. So hopefully I'll be able to get on here a little more often. Also, man, if you're following me over on X at Respect and Repeat, you see that we hit our Faux Bear 4 last night, and we're doing a $25 giveaway to 2 followers. So there's still time to get in there. Give me a follow, like, and retweet the post. Get your chance at some free money here.
Yeah, absolutely. And make sure every single person, make sure follow him right there for sure. And get in that giveaway 100%. Somebody's trying to give you money. Go ahead, yeah, get in on that for sure. Yeah, Seth, hey, you're doing a great job, man. So proud of you. You're just awesome, man. So good to see you, buddy. And yeah, don't be a stranger for sure, man. For sure. See you, man. All right, Seth, good to see you, buddy. So good to see our man. God, so good to see him. Oh, Seth, hope you're doing well, big dog. All right. So those are his 4. All right. Now, Tina said, good afternoon, guys. Good afternoon, Tina. So good to see you. Hope you're doing well. All right. Yeah, Scott. Seth is the man. Seth is the man for sure. So good to see. Our dude, I didn't mean to hit that. There we go. All right. All right. So I'm going to go Blue Jays and Mariners first 7. Both teams to score 2+ runs. Plus 100. I don't want to play both teams to score 3+ runs. We got a heck of a pitching matchup tonight. Shane Bieber and George Kirby. However, I do think both are susceptible to giving up a run. I also think around that 5th inning, start to make decisions, and it could come sooner. Now, what Yamamoto did for the Dodgers going a complete game, that's heroics. And both of these guys can absolutely do that. They can dominate. However, we're not asking for too terribly much. We can get here. 2+ runs. I got this at DraftKings under game props. Blue Jays Mariners, first 7 innings, both teams scored 2+ runs. All right. Japan. Jalen Warren over 19.5 receiving yards. There we go. Big Seth. Appreciate the kind words. Seth, man, it's so good to see you as always, buddy. Always so good to see you, bro. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so though that is what we have for tonight. So we will jump into the NFL Week 7. All right. Now, how this show goes, I'm going to fire through every game that we have on the schedule this week. If you're watching this later in the week, we record this on Wednesday afternoon. So I don't have player props and all of that. Now, don't get me wrong. We'll hit on those all throughout the week. We have time. But we have the games in front of us. We have spreads and totals. Old school, man. Classic. Is gambling right here. All right, let's start with that. and get after it. So, all right, here are the picks that I have for week 7. And again, we're going to go through every game, but this absolutely is a collaborative show. So feel free to disagree. Like, you're not going to hurt my feelings. I assure you. I've been a mascot. I've had garbage and thrown at me and kids kicking me. You're all right. The point is we all get them together. Correct, right? So there we go. Now, let me start this thing off. We'll go from there. Jaguars plus 3.5. They're playing in London against the Rams, and we'll go through every game, don't worry. But the Jaguars are playing in London. It's a home game. This is more of a home game than Jacksonville. And I don't mean that as a joke. Shout out to Duval. Respect. I'm just saying that the Jaguars have 2 homes, man. They love them over there in London. And the Jaguars are good. And the Rams, I mean, you want to add travel? That's a big jump, buddy. Give me the Jaguars plus 3.5. Now, it's sitting at 3, so I moved it to 3.5 at minus 125. All right. Patriots minus 6.5. Japan. Love the Pats play. Yep. Yeah, Patriots coming to Nashville. Now, Patriots and Titans might not mean anything to you, and it shouldn't. But Mike Vrabel coming back to Nashville absolutely means something. Mike Vrabel wasn't happy at the end here in Tennessee. Mike Vrabel going to get him some revenge. Now, that number sits at 7. I moved it to 6.5 just to be smart, to get on the right side of that key number of 7. But I feel fine. I'd feel fine at 7. I'm not going 7.5. Brian, Patriots by 1,000. Yeah. And let me tell you, the Titans just fired their coach. They did that on purpose, by the way. That's a conceit. That's a little nod to Mike Vrabel. We messed up. Hey, but after Brian Callahan lost to Houston, dead man walking. Just a matter of time. So, all right, we'll talk more about it. But, yeah, give me the Patriots here. The Jets, plus 1.5. We're going to leave it at this, and we're going to talk. Well, we'll leave it at this for 1 second. We'll talk about the game. Jets are going to win, you watch, from Big Joe. I kind of agree. The Jets are going to win a game at some point. They're not going, well, I guess what would you say? Defeated? Yeah, let's talk about that game here in a second. We'll talk about all these. Let me just read through them. Bears money line, Chargers money line plus 155, Packers money line, Seahawks money line plus 105, and then the Dolphins and the Browns over 39.5. TJ said, that poor interim coach, talking about Mike McCoy in Tennessee, Vrabel ain't going to give a shit. Hell no, he ain't. And he shouldn't. Joe, cannot bet the Panthers as a road favorite. I agree completely. Now at home, they're a pretty good football team. On the road, not doing it. Jets playing at home. They're going to get them one. And I'll take the plus 1.5. You know what I mean? Yeah, Joe, I'm with you right there. All right, and then the Dolphins and the Browns over 39.5. Okay, so let's jump into the games here. And feel free as we go. Drop in what you like. Now, also understand, you might be ahead of the chat, behind the chat, whatever. You're good. Drop it in. You're all right. I'll piece it together. You just drop in the chat anything. Thoughts, picks, parlays, player props if you got them. Yeah, for sure. Jared. Sorry. I'm on the road, but can drop player props when I'm home, AB. Jared, that'd be huge, man. Appreciate you, big dog. Man, no doubt. All right. Steelers and the Bengals. So the AFC North. Okay, what are we going to do with the AFC North? Are the Ravens dead? if the Ravens are dead, this thing is open. And I mean, is it the Steelers that are the best team? So, okay, let's just compartmentalize. The Ravens are on a bye this week. They're off this week. So let's just set them aside. Let's pretend they don't exist for a second. Okay? So between the three teams, if the Ravens don't exist, how do you rank the AFC North? Steelers, Bengals, and Browns. Quarterback situation. So obviously Aaron Rodgers with the Steelers, the Bengals, Joe Flacco. And then the Browns, Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders is behind him. So if we reset the AFC North, I mean, are the Steelers the team to beat? Rich, you got to figure out if DK Metcalf, Chase, and Higgins are going to show up tomorrow because they should cash. Yeah. Thursday night game, divisional game. Suddenly, Mike Tomlin and Aaron Rodgers are quietly looking like they know what the hell they're doing. And they do. They've been around the block. Jeff, keep expecting Ravens to take off, but there's something wrong there. Oh, no, that's what I'm saying. Jeff, I agree. I'm saying the Ravens might not, they might be dead. We might not even have to talk about them. There's something seriously wrong there. I completely agree with you. Yeah. So it's weird. Yeah. Like all we could do is just sit and watch and wait, I guess, right? And just try to figure it out as we go. But I mean, this is suddenly a massive game. Steelers 4-1, 2-0 on the road this year. Bengals 2-4, 1-1 at home again. I mean, stats really don't matter to the Bengals now that you've made the move to Flacco. So take it game by game. Now, Joe Flacco can play. I don't know if I'm taking the Steelers minus 5.5 here. I'll take them on the money line. I'm not taking minus 5.5. Japan, Joe Flacco over 22.5 completions, minus 114. Japan, Kenneth Gainwell, anytime touchdown, plus 210. Joe, this is exactly where the Steelers lose, or at least not cover. Yeah. It's a dangerous game. Yeah. Oh, Jeff, no, you're good, dude. Hey, mine does it all the time. You're fine. I know what you're saying. Let me say, I type in so so many incorrections that I can read them. Like I got it. Yeah. Big Ron, Lamar will do enough if healthy. Yeah, that's the other thing too, is it's like just canceling out the Ravens. It's like we know we can't do that. No, they're gonna make a surge, right? But something is wrong. I don't know what it is either. TJ, because it's Steelers, Bengals, and Browns, the Ravens aren't dead yet. Absolutely. That's a great point. Yeah, Zach, Ravens caught the 49ers injury, but I mean, they've been doing it too. The Ravens of the 49ers, you notice, man, every year they're always super banged up. Now, I'm not saying they're more physical than other teams, but I don't know. Yeah. Rich, I saw a stat on Bostonian versus the book. Shout out to them. And Tomlin barely ever covers the spread on Thursday night games. Great point. Great stat. And Rich, obviously, thank you. And big Matt Peralt, my boy. Yeah. I'm not going anywhere near that Steelers 5.5. I play the Steelers on the money line. I'm also not against taking the Bengals and moving it like to a 6.5 if I could. Don't know the juice on that. Too bad. AB, please speak proper grammar. My girl is listening. Absolutely. We shall. Proper syntax. Always. Short week money line, not the points. Ron, thank you, sir. Joe, love that stat, Rich. Yeah, that's a great stat. Tina. We will absolutely educate to the best of our abilities. Rams, Jaguars. All right. So let's play a little geography here. Number one, Florida and California, about 3.5 hours apart. So add on 3.5 hours of travel and 3 time zones for the Rams going all the way to London at Wembley, the big stadium. Jaguars 4-2, Rams 4-2. 2 good football teams. This is a home game for the Jags. They play 2 in London every year. We're taking the Jaguars plus 3.5. Now, I do think that the Rams are the better team. But the Rams are due for just an off, weird week. Not saying this is it, but it's a good spot for it to be it. And the Jaguars, that travel, they're used to it. It's normal. And again, it will be a home game. So you're going to give me the Jaguars plus 3.5? 100%. 100%. Make sure, if you do play Jaguars, make sure to play 3.5. If you're going to play the Rams, which, again, it's a low number, and it's the Rams, right? Get off that the minus 3.5. Get it to -3, -2.5 if you can. How do we feel about the total? 44.5. Does it scream under to you? It screams under to me. But if it screams under to all of us, it's a trap, right? It feels like a trap. Again, we're recording this on Wednesday, so we have time. However, I do ask that question. Because if we're looking at an under, let's just say 44. So let's say 44, and let's say that's 22-22. Just using the book's numbers for a second. Well, if you're going to give me the Jaguars plus 3.5, and we're looking potentially at an under of 44.5, I mean, it plays into what I want, So we'll see. But I'm going to take the Jaguars plus 3.5 while we can. Tina says, got to go Rams just because I don't like Lawrence. Tina, you make me smile. You really do. All right, Saints and the Bears. Hey, here we go. Don't look now, but okay, let's play another game. Anybody like game shows on TV? I love them. Wheel of Fortune, Jeopardy. Like, I could watch the local news and then those two eat dinner and watch the game. I love game shows. So let's play a game show right here. Rank in order from best to worst, quote unquote, teams in the NFC North. Chicago Bears, good. Detroit Lions, good. Green Bay Packers, good. Minnesota Vikings, I think they're pretty good. The NFC North is going to be a race. And I say all that to say this. Obviously, the Saints are not in the NFC North. Saints are 1-5, 0-2 away. Saints actually not playing bad football. However, Chicago coming off a really nice win. Tina, Bears for 1,000 AB. Oh, Tina, I swear, you make me smile. That was the perfect answer. So I say it to say that this is going to be a tough game for the Saints. However, I think that this is going to be a lower scoring game. And with a lower scoring game, watch out for the underdog. Now, again, I think that the Bears win this one. And the Bears could win this one by much more than, 4.5. However, This feels like a lot of running the football. Seth said, don't pick up my boys, AB. They're trying to figure it all out. Talking about the Saints. I'm not. And that's like what what you're saying. Like, I agree. The Saints, the Saints are going to be a better team than what their record's going to show. And what I mean by that is that the Saints can muddy up this game. And I think the Bears also want to muddy it up a bit. Now, they're going to score, but they want to be efficient. And they want to run the football because Ben Johnson is looking at it saying it can't just be, hey, man, this team's great offensively. Got to be a fully rounded team. So I definitely with the Bears on the money line. That total, what does the total scream to you? 47.5 over under. It yells under to me. Okay. Dolphins and the Browns. All right. We're on the over 39.5 here. Browns, 2.5-point favorite. Both teams 1-5. Dolphins 0-3 away. Browns 1-2 at home. All right. That total is scary low. But I like the over. Browns do have a good defense. However, Dolphins point totals up. And you know what? I think Cleveland's going to score some points in this game too. I don't hate Cleveland minus 2.5. However, I want the points because you're both 1-5. And Dylan Gabriel, the quarterback of the Browns, yeah, you're the starter. But guess what? Shedeur Sanders is right behind you. Now, there's one way to keep anybody from talking about Shedeur Sanders. You know what that is? Go out, score touchdowns. Go win the game. Guess what? Ain't nobody talking about replacing you. They're talking about who's next. Who wants some of Debo? So I expect Cleveland, Dylan Gabriel is looking at it saying, this is my chance. Because guess what, kid? If you leave this up to chance and they start Shedeur at some point and he takes off, hope you didn't roll your kids in school. You know, you might also find yourself traded. So it very much behooves you to go score. And the Dolphins are scoring points too. I don't want anything to do with the spread. If anybody wants to play the Browns, have at it. I'll listen to you. If anybody wants to play the Dolphins, have at it. I'll listen to you. I'm not betting on it, but I will bet on points. Yeah, TJ, Cleveland hasn't scored more than 18 points this season. Yeah, it's a good time to start. Just get to 20, right? Let's get to 20. Can we get to 20? That's what I'd be telling myself. I'm Dylan Gabriel. I'd be telling myself a whole lot more, but let's try and get 20 points. Oh, man. You're going to be watching in real time. Let me say, if anybody likes reality TV but wishes that it were real, you got it in Cleveland right now. Even if you don't like sports, if you just like reality television, start watching Cleveland. Because it's going to go one way or the other. I like points in this game. Japan. NFL doesn't want to open the door for Sanders. Dylan Gabriel is said blockade. Tua will get creamed by Garrett. That's likely. Tua Tagovailoa, like myself, about the size of one of Myles Garrett's legs. Sims, Sanders will start by Halloween. He's going to get his shot. It's going to happen. And Dylan Gabriel, I'm telling you, kid, Wolves knocking at the door. Yeah, man. We're going to find out. So anyways, I like the over 39.5. I just think that points are the way to go. Both of these teams. All right, Patriots and the Titans. Ugh. So notice we took that Patriots number. You've got it at 7.5, 7, 6.5 out there. We grabbed it at 6.5 while we could. All right. Spreads are hard enough. Don't fight key numbers as well. That being said, Mike Vrabel, former coach of the Titans, didn't end well. Japan, there's good English right there. Didn't end well. They weren't friends. And now, the Titans' replacement to Mike Vrabel has just been fired. And Mike Vrabel has a better team. Look, Vrabel will take his shots, but Vrabel's also smart. He won't wear it in. He'll wear it in a little bit because, like or hate him, he's earned it. This lined up, and he's got a shot, but Vrabel's smart. That's a crazy low total, 42.5. Now, if you're asking yourself, what do the Titans do? They just fired their coach 2 days ago. What's the situation there? Well, I'll tell you. The interim coach is Mike McCoy. Mike McCoy was the former head coach of the San Diego Chargers. And yes, Japan said, she said, thank you, appreciate it. You are very welcome. Yeah, so McCoy was the head coach of the Chargers back in San Diego. Fine individual. Seems like a nice guy who pays his bills and tucks his shirt in. I don't know. But I'll tell you that the Titans don't expect any magical surprises coming out. Because if there were, they would have already done them. Mike McCoy's been heavily involved in the offense already. So it's not like there's going to be some crazy change. That being said, though, the head coach is gone. So everyone there knows there's a power vacuum a little bit for anybody who wants to get involved in that situation. But there's also a bunch of money getting thrown around right now. And for young guys on coaching staffs, this is where you can elevate your name big time. So what I'm saying is that you're going to get a little bit of a boost out of the Titans. You will. Not a lot, but you'll get a little bit because the situation naturally in life creates itself. And that's not just in football, that's in anything. So do expect a little bit out of the Titans. That being said, I'm still betting New England here. However, that total is very low. New England's going to lead it by offense. Because let me also say, the biggest complaint that Vrabel also heard was that his offense was stale. That was the problem. He's too loyal. Imagine that. Mike Vrabel was too loyal. What a jerk. So, if I were Mike Vrabel, there's a part of me saying, and cover your ears, darling. Oh, Your butt wants some offense? You all want some offense? I'll give you some offense. Yeah. I wasn't going to say anything bad there. But, yeah. So that total is low. And definitely expect some points here. But, again, don't overthink it. Just get your numbers right. 7.5. Just get on the other side. And there you go. Big Joe said, my girlfriend tells me I'm too loyal. That's a heck of a quality, my friend. That's a badge of honor. Loyalty's hard to find. Raiders and the Chiefs. AFC West. Raiders coming off big win over the Titans. Chiefs doing their thing. Big win over the Lions. 3-3. Chiefs are 3-3. Back to even. And Pat, look at this spread. Chiefs 12.5, total of 45.5. Sid says, May over in rushing yards, AB. I like that a lot. That's a great look. Great look. Rushing attempts as well. Oh, my God. Sid, great call. Great call. I'm glad that you said that. Big Rick, I hate to say it because I love the Eagles, but I think Minnesota, you know what? We're going to talk about that in a second. I did not know what the heck to do. Yeah, I mean, we'll talk about it. Yeah. Raiders and Chiefs. Japan, Raiders will show up. I think so too. There's no way I'm playing Chiefs 12.5. Now, Patrick Mahomes in the AFC West, he's dominated. Dominated. Now, that's not just him, but quarterback, it's just an easy way to, mark said domination. But I don't hate the Raiders plus 12.5 here at all. I would much rather like 13.5. So I would look there. Total 45.5. I don't know what to do with that yet. If you have any thoughts, drop them in. Again, we're recording this on Wednesday if you're watching. And the Chiefs are playing very inspired football. And I think that continues. But the Raiders have a bit of the Dallas Cowboys in them. And I mean that in a good thing. That they know that this year is probably not going to lead to a Super Bowl. However, they can go out and chuck it. And if you've got a team that knows who they are and is not afraid to be aggressive, which Geno Smith is very not afraid to do so, you can surprise some people. So I dig the Raiders here with the points. I mean, I do believe that the Chiefs continue to roll here. But if you can find the Raiders plus 13.5, not a bad look. All right, Eagles and the Vikings. Yeah. Eagles 1.5 point favorites on the road, total of 43.5. Well, all right, Rick, go back to it. I hate to say it because I love the Eagles, but I think Minnesota wins this week. This is a tough game. All right. So let's start here. Seth said 100-unit game. Let's start here. What do we know about these teams? I don't know. I don't know. The only thing that I know, okay, and I'm not asking jokingly. I'm asking seriously because the Eagles, we've talked about it, their games are going to be impossible to bet, except what I know, and I say I as in all of us, right? Like, what we found out is Jalen Hurts touchdown props and Saquon Barkley touchdown props. Now, not that we had to be anything, a brilliant light bulb to figure that out. However, when you have a game like this, that this could go any way. These two teams have had some crazy matchups over the last 5 years. Awesome games. And I don't know. I mean, Japan, has Jalen Hurts ever lost 3 games in a row? I don't think so. Even in college. I doubt he did it in high school. Right? So, the Eagles, here's the deal with them. We said the bipolar birds, right? Like, I don't think the Eagles are bipolar at all. I think the Eagles are a ridiculously complex structure that just takes time to figure it all out of how all the 5 machines within the big machine all operate and work together. Now, I'm not making excuses for them, maybe a little bit, but it's warranted to give them said benefit of the doubt. There was a time last year where the fans were screaming to fire the coach. He's trying to jump up there and start swinging with them. The team, A.J. Brown's reading a book. We just had craziness. And guess what? They put it together and won the Super Bowl. Dominated. So I'm not ever out on the Eagles. And I don't think that anyone should. That being said, though, they have lost 2 straight. And what I mean by the machine parts is the pass game, the run game. How does the defense, Jalen Carter in and out of the lineup, right? Like, you've got all these pieces, and it doesn't mean that they're at each other's throats. I don't think it's anything like that. If it was anything like that, we would already know. Like, those cracks form on the outside of the foundation of the structure. But it's just figuring it out. Let me ask you this. Like, game to game, think about how difficult it would be to put together if you had to list the 60 plays you're going to run on offense. Just running and passing. You would want to run the football all the time. But then you've got guys like A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. Dude, they don't want to be blocking for 60 minutes. Now, this isn't daycare. However, it is in good to keep everybody positive, right? You got to use the pass game at some point. And right now you need it, because you're just not playing well. Yeah, that's why I say I am not concerned about the Eagles. They're going to figure it out. But in the meantime, I don't know what to do with betting them. And with the Vikings, I don't know either. But with that, what I do know is that regardless, Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley scoring touchdowns. I don't have player props up yet. Record this on Wednesday. So I know that sometimes you got to parlay it with something, right? So I understand what I'm saying. It's easy to say, oh, take the Eagles plus 30.5, right? Like, I get it. We'll figure it out. But what I'm getting at is that in a game of unknowns, find what you know and then work a tree branch out from there, right? We talk about starting a game of if you're going to bet Eagles Vikings. All right, well, just write on a piece of paper what you think the final score is going to be. Doesn't have to be accurate. Like, let's just start somewhere, right? 24-21. Okay. All right, so 3 touchdowns each side, field goal, one side. I can operate with that, right? 6 touchdowns in the game. Who do I think are going to probably score those touchdowns? Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, Justin Jefferson. I don't know, So, yeah. Rick, Titans are getting smoked this weekend. Sorry, B. Yeah, I know. They are. They are. Sid Titans, my rest in peace. I know. death sentence. I'm telling you, look, part of them firing Brian Callahan this week is a nod to Mike Vrabel. Take it easy. We realize there's a part of that. Very true. And Vrabel's smart enough. You don't have to go to overkill. You don't have to do that. There might be a time where you need a little grace. Be the bigger man. We'll see. That's gonna be a wild day. It's because people love Vrabel, man. In Nashville, there's a lot of Mike Vrabel fans. There might be some people with some old Brady jerseys on. All right, let's jump ahead. Panthers and the Jets. All right, we took the Jets plus 1.5. Total of 41.5. The Jets are a disaster. They're 0-6, 0-4 at home. It can't I say it can't get worse, but they find ways. Who's in a worse spot? The Titans or the Jets? Like, who would you rather be? Rick said, Titans don't draft Arch Manning. Who would you take to win a game, the Jets or the Titans, if they played each other? All right, Panthers 3-3, 0-3 on the road. Great point in the chat. The Panthers are completely different, home and away. I think the Jets get their first win. What do you think? It's really difficult to say, to sit here and just say, hey, this team's a disaster. They might be the worst team in the league. I'm going to bet real money on them to win. There's a little insanity to doing that, but they're going to win a game. And dear God, I'm not coming at the Panthers. The Panthers, we said it last week. Bryce Young, at the end of the year, if Bryce Young's healthy throughout the year, his numbers are going to be much larger than what the Panthers are. You know what I mean? Yeah. We'll see. I'm going to take the Jets plus 1.5. Seth, Grandpa knew it for anyway. Yeah, boy ain't ready. Yeah. About Arch Manning. Boy ain't ready. Oh my goodness. All right. Jeff, lay off that Jets game, maybe go over. Yeah, I don't know what to do with the total. Again, recording on Wednesday. We'll have plenty of time. 41.5. I mean, look, the Panthers are scoring points. And the Jets, it's so hard to cap a team when they're 0-6. Maybe it's not. Maybe you just don't overthink it. I don't know. But they're going to get a win at some point, man. Big Ron, I'd lean yes. I'd take the Jets plus a play. I agree. Rick, Justin Fields over on his longest rush. There we go. Kevin, Panthers are bad on the road. Yeah, they are. Look, they're 3-0 at home, 0-3 on the road. You're right. Again, not coming at the Panthers, but Jets. This is a shot, man. This is an opportunity. Yeah. Great stat here, Joe. Panthers minus 50 on the road in 3 games, meaning they've been outscored by a total of 50 points in the 3 road games this year. Wow. Excellent stat there, Joe. Thank you. Rick, the Titans are worse, AB. Yeah, I mean, the Titans aren't even scoring. Like, that's the difficult part is that Brian Callahan had to go because you can't even get a read on Cam Ward. Like, it's just nothing. And Mike McCoy, look, Cam Ward, if you're listening, bud, just start calling your own shots. It cannot get worse. Giants and the Broncos. It can get better. And it does in this game. What a matchup we have here. All right, Broncos, 7.5-point favorites. Oh, excuse me. Total of 40.5. The Jackson Dart era is here in New York. And let me pay respect and not leave out. Dude, these guys are the Road Warriors, his tag team partner, champion of the world, the Road Dog, Jesse James. Well, I won't finish it because daughter's listening. But the Giants are pretty awesome right now. Jackson Dart, Cam Scatabo they're the Road Warriors. It's awesome. I love this team. Now, I mean, not that we weren't sad before, but like the injury to Malik Neighbors, dude, he could have been like, that could have been a trifecta right there. That being said, the Giants are 0-3 away. Again, take these stats with a grain of salt because, yeah, Jackson Dart's what? 2-1. Now, the Giants haven't won a game yet on the road. And going up against the Denver Broncos. Broncos 4-2, 2-0 at home. Broncos 7.5-point favorite, total of 40.5. All right, if you're going to bet the Broncos, find a way to get that 7.5 down. Key number 7. But if you like the Giants, then obviously that hook is in your favor. I think this is going to be a really tough spot. Cam Scatabo right now, kid's on fire. But this is a different game. Hostile environment, at elevation, and a Denver Broncos team that started to put it together. So while I'm big on the new Road Warriors, the new Midnight Rockers, Sean and Marty, I don't know if this is a good matchup. But that being said, the Giants are just playing out of their minds. Joe, Scatabo's a crazy maniac. He is. Big Ron, I'd say take the Giants +7. Yeah. Like, I don't hate it. Broncos on the money line. Definitely I'd look there. I think that the Broncos on paper, obviously, are a better team. And they're at home. This is a tough spot. And I think with the Giants, we're going to have to look at the Giants literally. And this is, obvious for every team. But, these rookie quarterbacks, they're going to be big matchup deficiencies. Some are going to be in their favor. Some might not. So we have time on that. But, yeah, Broncos money line. I don't know what to do with that total yet. Sam's Nix has been average. Yeah, he has. He has. The Broncos are kind of molding themselves into the Eagles a little bit. Like, in terms of, how the Eagles, when they're playing at their best, like, the style of game, low scoring, big defense, choke you out, run the football. Like, the Broncos are building themselves out very similarly to the Philadelphia Eagles. And I say that to say that this could be a game that could be very low scoring on both sides. I could see the Giants having a big regression, and I could see the Denver Broncos. Like, they don't have it all figured out offensively. I believe that they will. But we're still early into this thing. But they're getting better by the week. So, yeah, not there, with a total play. But, yeah, Jared, regression to the mean for the Giants here. Completely agree. And, playing on the road, playing in a, hostile environment, playing at elevation, a lot of those elements add up. Yeah, Jinxie. So Jets being overdue is not a bet. Yeah. I mean, anytime we're talking about an 0-6 team, it's a gamble. That's what that is. It's a gamble. Yeah. So, yeah, we're on the same page on that for sure. Yeah. Okay. So, Colts Chargers. Huh. All right. Chargers dealing with injury issues. And that's probably going to be a thing all year. They're physical. Indianapolis Colts playing out of their minds. There is nothing that says to stop betting with the Colts. Nothing. At the end of the year, do I think that the Chargers are going to be a better team than the Colts? Yes, I do. Do I think that they are right now? No, I don't. And here's the deal. Jinxie, yeah. Talking about not long travel. This ain't long travel at all, right? Like, I agree with you. And the Colts are going. Here's the other thing. There are going to be more Colts fans there. There will be Chargers fans there. And it's a fast track. I'm not saying it's a home game for the Colts, but everything aligns to what they already do. So, Chargers 2.5-point favorites at home, quote unquote, at a total of 48.5. Yeah, I mean, the Chargers are banged up. The Chargers need a win, another one, in the worst way. Bibbo, I'm glad that you're here. Give me your thoughts here on this Colts-Chargers game. So, if I'm Jim Harbaugh, the last thing I want to do is get in a shootout with the Colts. If I'm the Colts, oh, yeah. I think you got injury issues. I think, Chargers, that all the pressure's on you, baby. Yeah, Bibbo. Too many O-line issues for the Chargers. Don't bet against Colts. Completely agree. Colts could win this outright. That said, though, I like the Chargers money line because the Chargers have to win this game. I know it doesn't seem like a big one, but it is. Not that Jim Harbaugh has any feelings about the Colts in a negative way. None. But he does have a history again with them. And it means something to him. This is a fascinating football game. Jim Harbaugh, look, I'm not saying it's a half must win. I'm not saying that. But in Jim Harbaugh's mind, he has to, he's putting the pressure on himself that he has to find a way to win this game. It's just the way that man thinks. And I say all that to say this could weirdly be low scoring. This could be a dogfight. That both of these teams are good enough to be in. Or there could be 91 points scored in this game. I don't know what to do with it. But what I will say is that the Colts are just playing out of their freaking minds, man. both in the air, on the ground. Jeff, teaser. Colts on a teaser plus 8.5. That's a great look. This might be a teaser game. And let me say, y'all in the chat, those who are good with teasers, like you guys, you played them. Like, I don't play them a whole lot. So I lean to you. But, I mean, I'm familiar, and it seems like a pretty damn good game to utilize that tool. Jeff, I agree. It's going to be a fun game. 3:05 Central on CBS. All right, we'll keep going. Commanders and the Cowboys. Oh, man, this is a good one. NFC East. Commanders coming off a loss. Cowboys coming off a loss. Commanders. Playoff teams win this game. What are you going to do? Who are you? Got a total of 55.5 here. Commanders are 1.5 point favorite on the road. 55.5 is a big number. But the Dallas Cowboys only know one way of football, and that's scoring 37 points a game. I think that you could get two teams in the 30s here. Because the Commanders know, like, it's not, not that they're in must-win territory, but they need to go. And Dallas, vibes are good. Yeah, I mean, that wasn't a great loss against the Panthers, but they're not going to let one loss just derail the season. They know who they are. And that is an advantage, just knowing who you are. It makes the Cowboys dangerous because they're not afraid to call offense that way. They'll just overwhelm you. But if you could play in that game, then you're going to be just fine. And the Commanders can absolutely play in that game. So, yeah, David, Dallas and Washington shootout. I kind of agree. 55.5. I mean, again, that's a large number. If you ask me 10 out of 10 times in just 55.5s in whatever game, I mean, I'm not voting to be on the overside of that very often. And I don't have it here. But, I mean, these two teams can go. Packers and the Cardinals. What the heck do we do with Arizona? Tizzle said it great. They're a mirror team. They are. But can they mirror the Packers? Sims, those defenses are average. You're right. Can the Cardinals mirror the Packers? Packers haven't won a road game yet. Lost one and tied one. I like the Packers. I don't know about that 6.5. But I kind of do. This is a Matt LaFleur go whoop somebody type of a game. I think Green Bay's in a great spot here. I think Arizona's reeling. I think Arizona's injured. I think Arizona kind of looking up. You know, if you're in the ocean and you can't swim very well, you know, you're bobbing, you know, it's tough. And I think the Packers are in the mood to whoop up on somebody. That's what good teams do. I think they're ready to put together a 60-minute complete game, kicking somebody's butt. I like Green Bay here. I think this is a good spot. Get on the road. Let me get everybody's attention. I want a 60-minute, no BS. Don't want to hear anything. Let's just go out and operate. I kind of like those games on the road more than I do at home. Because on the road, let me say this, and I say it in the sense of this. You take that trip, no family, kids. I'm not calling family distractions. Understand that. I'm not. What I'm saying is sometimes it's a little easier to focus on the road when you're in a quiet hotel room alone. You know what I mean? And you're on a plane with earbuds, seemingly in your own world. You can get a lot done. And you can get some time to just think. You know? I think the Packers are in a really good spot here. Josh Jacobs, great spot here. Again, I don't have props. It's Wednesday, but yeah. Falcons are the 49ers. Falcons coming off a big win over the Bills. 49ers, tough loss to the Bucks, but the 49ers, buddy, it's going to take an atom bomb to break the nucleus of this team. They're tough as nails. Now, they're going through it. Injuries, all of it. But they're together. And they fight. Again, more injuries on the defense. I mean, just every week. It's just brutal. But they're together. 47.5 screams like a massively high total. I could see the Falcons coming off a big game. I'm not saying they play terrible, but they might not score a lot of points on the road. San Francisco and Kyle Shanahan. Shanahan knows he has to muddy up games. That's how they win. The 49ers do not want to get some 44-43 shootout. Let's play some defense, run the football, and just run this clock. All right? If you ask Kyle Shanahan, you got 60 minutes a game. If they could shave off 55 of those and just play 5 minutes to see who wins, I think he would take that every time. And I think the 49ers or the Falcons would take that right now, like on the road. It screams like an under to me. This seems like just a dog fight of a game. A lot of running the football, both sides. Jared said, Matthew Golden, kid has a day here. AB, there we go. I like it, man. Bill's in trouble, can't stop the run. Yeah, you can't stop the run. You got serious problems. Let's see. All right, so that's Falcons and 49ers. All right, so and that is what Sunday Night Football, correct? Yeah. So Falcons in 2 straight primetime games there. All right, 2 games again. Monday Night Football. And you see at the bottom, bye week for the Bills and the Ravens. Man, those 2 teams need a bye week. All right. Bucks and the Lions, Texans and the Seahawks. All right, so first off, Bucks 5-1. Look at that, 3-0 on the road. Lions 4-2, 2-0 at home. Bucks coming off a big win. Lions coming off a loss. So you're going to have a lot of pass attempts in this game. They'll run the football for sure. But you're going to have a lot of pass attempts from both quarterbacks. I don't know what to do with the total yet. It's 52.5. That's a big number. However, these 2 teams are going to go. Again, don't have props yet. However, don't count out Detroit just yet. Detroit team total might be a play here. And obviously with the Bucks and Baker Mayfield, like Baker's a dog. Yeah, Seth, Baker's a dog though. Yeah. Baker is going to do his thing. Let me tell you, when you got Christmas presents, okay, and you got your Christmas tree and you're putting all the Christmas presents for the kids and your husband or your wife, cousins, whoever, right? And there's some that you just wrap better than others. Some that just look nicer. Like those are your money presents, right? Like they just look good. If you own a grocery store, like your money fruits, like put them in front, nice, solid, right? This is that game. If week 7 in the NFL were a grocery store thing of oranges, this might be your money orange. I think that this game could be awesome. You're going to see both offenses going. David Baker, NFL MVP, but Detroit has too much firepower. Watch. I think I agree with you, right? Like, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I don't think. Looking at it right now. Boogie, it's going to be a Johnson & Johnson show for Tampa. Baker could win the MVP of this game. Like, that's the thing with him too, man, is it's like, dude, he is that dog. He is that dude, man. Baker's so awesome. That's why I say, like, I would lean to the Lions, but I think that, like, I think you might have more success. Okay, let me go full screen one more time. You ever play blackjack? Blackjack. You know when you get a pair and you can split them? That might be the approach in this game. Treat them like 2 10s or whatever, right? You might just have a chart, draw a line in the middle of a piece of paper, and then just go on each side. And you might not even mess with the spread. And you might not even mess with the total. But this game could awesomely be player prop style game. So, again, it's Wednesday we're recording this, but this could be a fun split a pair blackjack style. If that analogy that my dumb applesauce brain came up with, right? This could be that game. All right. Finally, last one here. Texans and the Seahawks. Texans quietly sneaking back in. Sneaking back into what? Well, who knows? But they're playing better. And the Seahawks are just awesome. They're fun. Seahawks put up a lot of points. Seahawks put up a lot of yards. They like to throw. Like to run the football too. And every week there is going to be, an emphasis on making sure that they're consistently running the football. However, Darnold's got a gun, and he got plenty of ammo. And he ain't afraid to head down to the range, right? Like, this guy is going to be throwing it. Left, middle, right. Right now, Seahawks are a great team to bet in terms of, like, player props, right? Rick said, Texans, Seahawks, wake me up when it's over. Yeah. David, Texas, Seattle, tough game. It is a tough game. I'll say this. Seattle, look for them to really make their presence at home. 1 and 2 at home. Gonna have a crowd. It's gonna be loud. Here's another thing. And I can't answer this yet. None of us can. But this game's on Monday. Okay? And understand what I'm saying here. This, in the grand scheme of betting, is low on the totem pole of importance. But it's kind of fun in the sense of this. This game is played on Monday. The Mariners might be in a clinching spot around this game. There could just be an energy. Again, it means nothing in terms of this game. But it could be exciting. Or Monday could be a very important game in Seattle that people are a little more nervous about than this one. Again, it has nothing to do with betting whatsoever. I just like the thought. Like, if I were a Seattle fan, that's how I would be thinking about this. Thinking, all right, where are the M's? Okay. Let's get that right, Seahawks. Let's go out and do this. Dude, I love when cities, that's all we have. Let me get the picks back up here again. Boogie, I'm not sold on the Texans offense as a whole. Me neither. Now, we're both saying the same thing. It can be good. They got the talent to do it. And quite frankly, I don't know what the hell is the problem. But yeah, I'm with you. I'm not sold on it either. There's nothing that says that they're going to be consistent. Seattle is. All right. So the picks here. All right. Jaguars plus 3.5. Patriots -6.5. Jets plus 1.5. Bears money line. Chargers money line plus 155. Packers money line. Seahawks money line plus 105. And then the Dolphins and the Browns over 39.5 at -115. Baseball, Blue Jays and the Mariners. First 7 innings, both teams scored 2+ runs at +100. And the Big Seth, again, so good to see my man here. Jacksonville State money line +130. That's college football tonight. UTEP first quarter money line -125. Blue Jays, Mariners, no runs in the first inning, -135. And then in hockey, the Florida Panthers first period money line -130. Boom. Okay. There we go. All right. We'll get out of here. We'll be live Thursday, normal time, 10 a.m. Eastern. We're going to have Major League Baseball, and we got Thursday Night Football, a big one, the Steelers and the Bengals. So thank you all so much again for everything that you do for Driving the Line. And I'll say this. My screen is inverted. Sorry. Right there. So you see the newsletter? That's going to be coming out either today, tomorrow, Friday. One of those 3 days. Again, apologies. It's taking a minute. Go ahead and sign up. It's completely free. All of that. There's nothing that, really what I'm trying to do is make sure that not only does it get all of, the videos and information and all that, but I'm trying to add a bunch of new layers to it. And I think that you're going to see it. Jinxie said, thanks, AB. Sorry for the endless trolling. Jinxie, I love you, boy. You good. It's good to see you, man. But yeah, we're going to try this out because there's a lot of stuff that I want to do that you can't really do on YouTube. And I don't mean like, hey, let's make, a show where we just scream and curse. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that there's cool ways to get more information and more things out to you. So excited for it. And I didn't want to start by sending out like crap ones, and you're like, what is this? Like, no, I want to get it right the first time. So I'm practicing on myself. So the next couple of days, long story short, we'll start getting those out. But make sure just to get in. It's another communication tool too. Just in case, who knows whatever happens with these crazy technology companies. So it's another security redundancy. There we go. All right. So everybody have a wonderful, wonderful evening. We got baseball. We got college football. It's going to be great. So we'll be live tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern. And Jinxie, I love you, boy. You know that. And we'll be live tomorrow. So wonderful night. We'll see you soon. Thanks. Who's got it better than us? Nobody.